Hi, I'm Hope, and I haven't made a film on here. Probably haven't made a film. Have not made a film in some time. So what I'm gonna talk about are they got folks out there who believe they know what ails one's YouTube fairway, and they'll tell you all kinds of things you have to do. They'll say, "Oh, it's not good enough that you named your film, or you put a little, you tell a little telling what's in your film. Oh, you gotta pick. No, it has to be a likeness. No, it has to be a playlist, and then a playlist has to have all your films in it. Oh, and then you have to have a likeness that has a box of your likeness on it, telling folks where to go to follow. Oh, and on top of that, then you gotta go. Then you have to make it, and then you have to make this opening, and then all this other shit. And then you gotta get a real long telling of what's in your film, and you gotta make a good thumbnail, all that crap. Okay, I just say fuck it. You know, I like my YouTube fairway the way it is. And there's no way to know if anyone does any of that stuff is going to work. I mean, those folks that make films saying, "Oh, I know why you don't get a lot of watch time. Oh, I know why you did this and that." They don't. They're all over YouTube. They're they say that they know how to get watch time, but keep in mind, a lot of them are already YouTube business mates. A lot of them already have business wises on their fairway or on their films. A lot of them already have Google AdSense or Google AdWords. Well, you got to buy Google AdWords though. And a lot of them already have, YouTube putting their film all over YouTube so it can be seen. So, and a lot of them are going to say, "You have to do this shit." Yeah, well, no, you do not have to do all that shit. And even if you did, there is no grounds. I don't want to go through all that headache of making a playlist, and then all that headache of, picking a likeness for my, "Oh, follow me at here," or, and then a YouTube says, "Oh, well, the likeness is too big or the likeness is too small." You know how, like, every time you pick a likeness or wall sheet for your fairway, all the fight you have to do just to get it to take? Well, the same thing happens when you want to brand or whatever you want to call your fairway. The same hang up happens. And even if you do all that, even if you go through and tell a real long telling of what's in your film and what you do and everything, there's no way to know that that's going to help. You know? So I think they lie. I don't trust these folks that they're all over YouTube and they tell you, "Oh, well, you need to do this and that, and you need to say this and say that and do this and do that to make everyone watch your films." Oh, well, if that's how everybody does it, well, then I don't want to get in that. That's too much a headache. And I don't have enough time in the day to do all that shit. So, you know how that's like. So that's why my films don't get a lot of watch time, because I'm not doing all that shit in it. Well, I guess that's too bad then, right? I like my films the way they are, and I think whatever looking or watching I get with my films is good enough for me. Okay? Now, for some folks, that might not be for them, but for me, I'm happy with that. So go around and say that shit, make a film, and you say that, and there's going to be someone on YouTube who wants to get a lot of watching and looking. They're going to go and do all that shit, and then it's not going to work out for them. Either they don't have enough films, so they can't make a playlist, or either they do make a playlist, it's not going to be good in a lot of films, or if they have a lot of films like I do, like we do, then making a playlist of all of them are going to be there forever. And even if they want to go through and make a follow likeness at the end of their film, they're going to be fighting they're going to be fighting a YouTube upmake, layout, setup, upstart. It's going to tell them the likeness is too big, the likeness is too small, so you can't pick something for your fairway because it's too big or too small. So even if you wanted to offshoot yourself, you can't do it. And whatever, you can't whatever. So that's going to be a hang up. And then, well, YouTube only lets you make a, and in which say someone even makes a real long telling of everything they said in their film. You know, YouTube only going to let you write for so long, then they're going to cut you off when how long you can make your telling for your film is. And even if you pick a good likeness or not, they might not have a good likeness for their film. Their likeness might be whatever whatever their film shooter took, whatever likeness YouTube picked. Even if they go and make their own likeness or not, at least you can. Still, at the end of the day, they can go for all that hard work, and if it doesn't work for them, what are you gonna say? Nothing. You're not going to say nothing. You're going to say, I'm not answerable if it works or it does not work. Yeah. I call them, they think they know everything. They think they know what ails YouTube, what ails your YouTube fairway. But the truth is they don't. The truth is a lot of them are they're already made it anyway. They already have some Google AdSense. They already have they already have a long playlist of films going back to when they first started on YouTube. They already somehow, fought the YouTube webstead to get a likeness for their fairway when you hit the follow thing. They've already fought that. They already made a long telling of what's in their film, and they already have all their websteads or whatever. That shit already linked together. So they already have themselves beat. And they're going to come on and tell you that that's what you need to do. And keep in mind, they already did all that shit. And they're not going to tell you if it's going to work or not. So you can go for all that hard work if you want to, and it may work for you, may not work for you. Well, guess what? The branding tool did not work at all. We seek to do it, and YouTube kept telling us, the likeness is too big, the likeness is too small. So I guess the branding's out then. Because every likeness we're going to get is going to be too big or too small, so that's not going to work. And you really think that we're going to sit there and tell a real long sog and tell about everything that we're saying or doing in this film? And you think we're going to make a playlist of every film we made going back to 2014 YL? No. We're not going to do all that shit. And even if we did all that shit, and even if it worked, there's no way to know if you're going to get the watch time. You could go for all that work, and you go for all that work, put all that time in, and someone may pick to watch your film. They may pick not to watch your film. So at the end of the day, it still comes down to someone's free will, what they want to do, what they don't want to do on YouTube. So telling someone this is how you're going to get a lot of watching and looking is just giving them fake hope. And my name's Hope, but it's the truth. You're going to give them fake hope. You're going to let them believe. You're going to mislead them and misbelieve them into thinking that if they do all that, they're going to get a lot of watching and looking on their films, which which will happen or will not happen. And if it does not happen, they're going to feel sad, or they're going to be mad. So I just say fuck you to all you folks on YouTube and make these films that say, I know what ails a YouTube web. I know what's ailing your YouTube fairway, and I know how to help. No, you don't. So that's why I watch your films, but I don't do any of your stuff because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It is what it is. I'm Hope, and I hope you like this film. And by the way, if this was fucking me up by saying, oh, I'm done making a film, then I'm done doing the film. Oh well, it is what it is.